We're back. The local recording has started up again, so welcome back, guys, on YouTube after that lovely little break. You're waiting for some issues to be fixed by one of the other casters, but we're good. We're good. We're back into the game. Mineski against First Departure. This is still the first best of one that they're going to be playing against each other today. There's two of them. There's this one, then there's the one afterwards. Of course, we play Season 3, best of one round robin, but you go through twice. In the draft, we've already seen it go through. Mineski, Bounty Hunter, Bane, OD, Faceless Void, and Lesh. Well, First Departure, still missing out on their Lone Druid and their Venge, but they've got the Nyx Assassin, Oracle, and Death Prophet. Come on, lads. Come on, pick your heroes. Let's see them. There we go. Thank you very much. Into the game we go. Let's get cracking, shall we? Heen, you're back. You're ready. And these two teams, you know, we've seen a lot of great things from Mineski. The drafts, we think they're kind of balanced, though. They look pretty good for both sides.
Yeah, for sure they're balanced. I think if I had to describe it as like a metaphor, Mineski is just they're more volatile, like fragile lineup that I mentioned that their heroes are a lot squishier, and they don't really have supports that have good saves. So they're gonna have to play pretty well coordinated. Whereas First Departure, they also have a potential for high DPS, but when you look at DP or Lone Druid, you don't really think of like, oh, this guy's gonna die in 1 second. It's more about the outplays and jukes and basically positioning and not getting ran over by Mineski's lineup.
Now, Miracle is heading down towards the bottom lane. Pegasus, on his Death Prophet, is getting a couple of cool tangos. Orson on the Venge, Cal playing with Nyx Assassin. Final hero. Lobby at the back with the Oracle, while Mineski, they're meeting up with this Raging Potato over on this Bounty Hunter, running forward, just going to scout them out, already with an Observer Ward placed down aggressively. Looking back as Faceless Void over towards mid. Your course on the OD and top lane. Cass, Bane, and Jules on that. Love the little Leshrac with Disco Pony. Looks like it's just going to straight up trade off. Bounty rune to bounty rune, no contest, no level 1 fights. And honestly, as both teams, I'd be scared of a level 1 fight, you know? Mineski, they've got some good damage, they've got some good control, but First Departure, they've got stuns. They've got stuns galore, and going into a Death Prophet with, you know, maybe a Spirit Siphon level 1, it's just nasty to deal with. Both squads just going to wait it out as you take a look at where Jay is standing. Raging Potato already waiting for that little courier to come out with a salve. It's there, it's in the base. Be a little bit patient.
Yeah, I think they pinged it out First Departure because Raging Potato didn't really fully respect the 1 second fade time. So, like, graphically it might look like you're invis, but they might have caught a glimpse of, you know, the color pink on their minimap. Pegasus.
Matt forced back out of lane already. He's got a Sentry Ward placed, so you'll be able to see the Bounty Hunter coming in. This OD has burnt through, you know, 80% of his mana already trying to get this damage down. It's up at the top, Nyx Assassin.
Oh, the courier though!
No.
The courier!
Oh, Bounty! It's one hit, takes it out in one. Right. And no sell for Pegasus, no courier, no early bottle, nothing like that. It's down at bottom lane, Jesse Vash just being bashed about by Marisol's Lone Druid. But up at top, Nyx Assassin, boots first, tangos are there. He's able to, you know, run himself back and forth away from space. But he doesn't have any mangoes, and we used to see a hell of a lot of, you know, double, triple mangoes, whatever, on the Nyx Assassin just to boost up his HP regen. He's decent enough already, 10 with that tango going, but he's not going to have that burst of mana. He's still waiting to skill up his first ability. No Carapace, no stun, and he might not have any.
Oh my god, Cal.
Carapace, but he's already dead! Not respecting the Leshrac, landing that Light Strike Array. Split Earth! Not landing that Split Earth, and Cass wasn't even needed for his Nightmare.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that he was up so front. I could see that he really wanted the EXV leech, but oh man, you gotta respect this tri-lane. One of the things about Bane Lesh against Nyx is that you can't preemptively use Spike Carapace.
Yeah, they're gonna get it. There's the Split Earth. Animation cancelled out. The damage is good. That Carapace is bouncing it back onto them, and they don't have quite enough there. Finish off the Nyx while down at bottom lane. Look at that. Jesse Vash getting in on that Spirit Bear. He's not going to take it out. Good resummoned by Miracle. Well timed, and might be able to turn his back onto Jesse Vash, who's running out of HP at a drastic rate. He's going to have to try and buy a TP and get himself away. That full Fortune Save catches him, and Jesse Vash is dead. All they need is a stun from Pelosin, but they'll just right-click him down and finish him with the Purifying Flames. First Departure, they get revenge. Off lane, off lane in the end.
Just a funny, I guess, like semi-trivia. Before the game started, oh, Pegasus, he might be in a lot of trouble.
Well, Astral is down. Thinking about
go.
They want the kill and they want it bad. They'll take it. Death Prophet out of the game for a good 16 seconds. She does have her bottle though. Fortunately for the DP, managed to farm that up before dying, and I guess that's one of the reasons why she died. You know, playing aggressively in this lane, just trying to eke out as much experience and gold, and that final little snippet of money, that bottle was definitely necessary. So far, Mineski there bullying first Bart a little bit, and they're going to have to rely quite heavily on this lone druid of Bart just farming away. Jesse Bash is getting his levels. He's 3 already. He's doing pretty decently down here.
Raging Potato being such a nuisance. He started without sentries, by the way, which is kind of odd. I guess he...
Oh yeah, he's dead. That's a good move by FD. Rotate across into the sentry knowing he's there, the nuisance is gone, the little pesky pest is dead, the bounty hunter. No more roaming for you for now, my friend. That's an early smoke pickup by Lobby. You don't really think about Oracle as being a rotating hero, but with a Vengeful Spirit, you've got a lot of damage behind you.
Yeah, and they want some sort of, the Nyx is gonna try to make a move on the OD. Nice stun. Gonna be long enough though. Oh, he needed a body block. Yeah, body block would have been pretty clutch right there.
Regardless, they've let Jules farm away up at top lane. Cast to just get himself into this tower as well. Look at the build from last round. You know, back in the old patch, we used to see the max lightning build, but now it's all about the edict. Get that damage on the towers with Raging Potato. Oh, he's being cleared up here, he's being stunned out. They're not going to be able to catch him and kill him off just yet, though. It's the bash up to Miracle. Jesse Bash. Oh, he tried to block in the little spirit bear.
Oh, he got
Raging
Potato too.
Back? Jesse Bash is going to stop as well. This is great from FD. Oracle plus Venge. The damage output of these guys is insane.
Yeah, for sure. Mineski didn't really... lack of coordination there. I'm not sure. These two heroes, like Faceless Void, while a pretty flexible offlaner, not one of the better heroes when you pair up with a bounty hunter. We saw he used Time Walk, and I think I mentioned this in one of the previous casts where so many Faceless Voids are so used to the slow from Time Walk. It's like first nature to them. When they think they can get a kill, they Time Walk, and it doesn't do anything. And they just realize that they, you know, it's like using your level 1 blink on Queen of Pain. It has such a long cooldown, early levels.
Yeah, it's like congrats to move forward a little bit. Well done. What are you going to do now? Yeah, he's being chased out, but there's no nightmare just yet. Savage Roar pops down on bottom lane to halt that advance from Mineski. OD has been left to his own devices in mid, and just take a look at where Fortson's standing. Boots the smoker up, 2 in the stun. 2 in that wave. Try and pick up this OD. With that high ground ward, they've got perfect vision of him. Actually looking at wards across the map. The Dire did get de-warded down on the bottom lane, they got rid of that one. So got this top rune ward to fill up here. But it's 6 minutes in, it's time to start rewarding up, and do we actually see any from these supports? The couple being picked up by Cass, yeah, it's time to start rewarding. They need his vision up to know exactly where the Venge and Oracle are moving, as well as FD wanting to know where the Bane is roaming around to, because the Bane, he's going to be a nasty little bugger. He's level 4 on the support Bane Elemental already. He's down to bot lane by QQ. He's invis, and this is not something you see every day. For roaming OD at 6 minutes, you know, we used to see this in Gyrocopter, we used to see this in...
Oh, Miracle's gonna die.
Well, how many hits does he need? He goes in for 1, 2, 3, is dead. Kills off the Spirit Bear. They astral it up so there's no entangle or anything like that. Good roaming movement there from Mineski. Found that lone druid. Got a resummon.
Yeah, at least he had the resummon. If he didn't, that would have been pretty good. But still, I think first departure, I probably won't be feeling too bad about that. It was a rotation from the OD, and this mid lane's been, yeah, I mean, no one's been leeching EXP for quite a while, maybe 3 waves now. And Pegasus, he did die early on, the rotation from the bounty, but he's been doing pretty well. I mean, like, he's, granted the OD did make a rotation, his CS is pretty up there. I mean, we've seen a lot of or crueler DP games where DP just dies 3-4 times before the 10-minute mark.
At least Pegasus is going to be able to get into
Oh,
the
Jules.
Or a little less track. Thought maybe we'd see the jump in on mid as Bounty Hunter was roaming across the DP, but it's top lane. Where again, this Oracle plus Venge combination is just destroying Mineski. Finally, Cal gets his arcane boots. He's hit level 6, but he's limited on his mana pool here. With the Vendetta forward, he's not going to have too much left to throw out, but he'll try and safeguard his top rune for the Death Prophet. Lone Druid gets his Midas and farms into the jungle. And looking at the way this is all kind of distributed out, Aetherland is up on Jules. He disassembles his arcanes and gets that one up, so he's got the longer range. Now I think it's just time to fight. Mineski, you were saying they're kind of glass cannon, they've got lots of DPS early game, lots of magic damage, honestly. The one thing they're missing is the Bounty Hunter track, and he's dusted up. Interesting. They caught him, they thought he was further over to the west. He did get dusted, but they're not going to be able to get that pick off while the bottom tier 1 just being shredded here by the Jules Edict.
Yeah, and the Ether lens on Leshrac, it's sort of weird to me because I don't really see the synergy. Although the stun is nice, but there are heroes like Lina that benefit, all of her 3 spells benefit a lot from Ether lens, but Leshrac, I'm sort of dubious because he's already so squishy. And we saw how fast he can die to a Nyx and an Oracle.
The Chrono, he's going to land it on the 3, he's got them all, and the OD Savage Roar sends it back, so there's no damage output from QQ. They're going to try and beat down this bear, but Jesse Bash is already taken out by Pegasus. The Death Prophet turns and fights, and Cal down with the Nyx Assassin, down with the Bane. Takes him out with a Mana Burn and Oracle's Purifying Flames. Mineski were the aggressors there, but without their Leshrac, they just didn't have the damage to deal with this Death Prophet.
Yeah, early game, Mineski's lineup, I don't think synergizes that well with Chrono. Not enough damage, basically. It's not like Gyrocopter, who can get level 7 and just use Call Down and Rocket Barrage after the Chrono. OD needs some kind of setup. The Chrono isn't going to be long enough. They don't have the utility tools like Blink Dagger to immediately react to the Chrono. But I think the game's going pretty evenly for both sides. Mineski got more towers, but I think First Departure's plan from the very beginning was sort of to dodge these kind of fights and be smart, you know, lose what, like, let go of things you can't defend, like the tower at top. That's like a really dirty combo in a way, like you zone out the Nyx, and what can Nyx really do to stop the tower from, like, it takes 2 edicts for Leshrac to take the tower, but as a result he got so many levels off of that, so that's good.
Real deep push. But now with all of these towers down and Bounty Hunter hitting level 6, gives Mineski a lot more room to maneuver and kind of, you know, weasel their way into these areas, into the enemy jungle, looking for the Lone Druid, and trying to catch these guys out. As we're seeing the majority of these supports now getting up to level 6, Cast is getting close to it, as well as this Oracle and Venge. In fact, Venge has hit that level 6 marker and has a swap available as Mineski are posturing for yet another tower. Moving into this tier 1 at middle lane, Jesse Bash has Chrono in 10 seconds time, and he's trying to bait this out. He wants Pegasus to move himself a little bit further forward. Get that Chrono landed onto him, but in comes Lone Druid with the Spirit Bear. Savage Roar is here. He'll be able to force him back a little bit. Cast, aggressive Observer Ward, gonna get scouted out, and FD might just know about this. They're prepping themselves for a smoke.
Yeah, just the one thing that I'm worrying about First Departure is that they don't have the Oracle ulti, which is going to be really important. Aggressive swap, but...
Like it's okay for now, as the Chrono comes through, the catches the Oracle, and it looks like this Oracle is pretty screwed. Taken out of the match, and they turn back around. Jesse Bash heals himself up, keeps himself alive with the stick charges and that Void Walk. Pegasus popped his Exorcism, but to no avail. Wasted ulti there for him. I mean, it's a Chrono for an Oracle, fair enough, but if you bait out Exorcism as well, that's fully worth it.
Definitely worth it. You saw Mineski just back as soon as they saw the Exorcism. It's kind of like playing like the mobility game. For now, they don't have the Blink Dagger and Nyx or high enough levels on the Venge swap to force a big commitment. So Mineski are going to be feeling so happy every time they get an Exorcism out.
The dubious movement from FD, they maybe could have been split farming a little bit better, moving themselves to these side lanes as Pegasus will try and build himself into that Yule Scepter. You're looking at this lone druid and wondering when his timing is. Oh, listen. Oh, the swap. That's actually a sick play. He's going to get slowed up by the lightning storm there and probably just dead. So that aggressive ward movement he made out there, it was good. The swap play was great. The escape
Bobby.
not so good as Lobby. He's been chased down as well with his sanity's eclipse. Cuckoo gets the kill on a double at that. Focusing down this tier 1 now. They're going to trade off up at top with Cal and Pegasus looking for this one, but Jay comes in, TP's forward, silent stop, and now the Siphon, the spirit's being stolen out from him. He's got no soul left, but he's got some HP remaining to turn himself and run away as Pegasus being chased out by QQ Cal. He doesn't have a carapace. Yes, he does, but he's still dead anyway. Regardless, he's gone. And this DP gonna be lucky to retreat with that OD staring down the barrel of the gun, waiting for the Astral, but not quite finding the angle for it.
Yeah, first departure have to kind of get their focus back together. Things started kind of, I mean, ever since DP used Exorcism at mid and then, like, immediately he probably knew it was sort of a wasted ult. They've been losing sight or getting desperate and making these bad trades. I mean, all they have to do is play like they've been playing so far and just wait for the 2 minutes that they need on the Exorcism.
Well, this OD looks like it's going to be the drums for Captain Treads. Once 200 gold saved up, just try and get that item that allows you to jump over the chrono and focus down targets that are maybe just out of reach for the Outworld Devourer. The skills. Take a look at this, buddy. Point booster after Ether Lens. He's got very limited mana pool though, and I'm kind of wondering, is that going to be a Bloodstone? Or be less If you go straight into Ags or Octarine, he's going to be a bit limited on his mana.
For sure. Ags first without any sustain is sort of awkward.
Or do you rely on OD Aura?
Maybe. That might be a strat, just to make... it might be a better... I was going to say a poor man's version of Bloodstone, but Essence Aura might even be better than Bloodstone if you get a high enough mana pool. The thing is, realistically, can these two heroes always be together, like, to benefit from the aura? I'm guessing it's going to be a Bloodstone, though, because Ags doesn't really make sense. Octarine, well, it's a great item on Leshrac. This early into the game, it's not the kind of item that you're looking for. You get that kind of stuff after you have much more efficient hit points, like you have a Shivas Guard or like high armor or BKB. Then the lifesteal from your spells will do a lot in team fights.
Oh, the smoke out from the Radiant Jungle here from Mineski. They're trying to catch off first departure. They do have the high ground advantage, but Pegasus is walking the wrong way. He doesn't go and commit down this lane, and the TP's coming in. They're going to try and scout them out. Ready Potato. He's found
Potato.
He was already there, but the Astral into the Chrono. Jesse back only catches one, and they've got Pegasus trapped in that beast grid, but is it enough damage to start the Impale? The Cal catches them both, and Mineski, they are pretty screwed. Soul Siphon out, and QQ's OD trying to battle through, but Pegasus just drains his life away. Raging Potato Shuriken, it bounces, but it's just not enough damage from Mineski. They've only lost the Nixon Vengeful Spirit, and they'll clean up house until the blink from OD will save him from that sticky situation, but it's not over yet. Miracle's still chasing, he's still hunting and looking for this kill, and he might just find it. He walks straight into him, he's going to see him, but the blink again. OD is on the run, on the retreat, he's on the lam, he needs to get out. I think Miracle's given up, realizing that the TP inevitability there from the OD to get back into the fountain is just worthwhile farming through and getting into this jungle. Get your Radiance, get your Relic. But a great fight from FD, the sentry placement, the wards, the high ground positioning completely caught Mineski out.
Yeah, definitely FD read Mineski this time very well. The way they were positioned, it's almost like it's, in a way, odd that Mineski didn't really understand what was going on, because the DP was not pushing this tower. Like, he was pushing it from the left, and that's usually not the way you push it up front and then you back towards your the mid lane. But DP was to the left, and that was a pretty big telltale sign that everyone else was waiting on the hill, which means there's probably sentries. And Raging Potato, he almost died as soon as he went off the hill, but it's kind of like it forced Mineski into a rush chrono and a rush team fight, basically.
The heroes they wanted to, and no big track kills there for them, as this lone druid Starting to get a little bit out of hand. 17.5 minutes in, Miracle with his Iron Talon Midas. He boots up as well. Get himself into that relic in the next 2 minutes or something. Radiance is going to come shortly after. You know, we're looking at a 22 minute Radiance if things go okay into plan as Pegasus. You'll set the point booster heading straight into that off-green core. Tank himself up and reduce the cooldown of his ultimate fairly well. FD, they were the ones that looked kind of on the back foot for the first 14-15 minutes. Mineski were the ones always being the aggressors, but now it's Mineski that go back to farming. They realize, right, it's just not our time, it's not perfect yet. We need a BKB over on this OD, we need bigger, better items. We need our Leshrac to have some.
The best rune for DP, Arcane Rune.
And with level 2 ulti as well. Pop the Arcane Rune, get your ulti out, take tier 1. Mineski again, they're prepping to fight this. They're actually TPing and moving all 5 heroes down to his bottom lane with a Chrono back up. They'll try and track everyone out. Pelosin, Astral. Have a look for the Split Earth combo. Then
oh my god.
Drop an easy little pick off there, and this should signal FD their retreat. But Mineski not going to let it go away that easily. Tracks up Dolores Lobby. He's found. He's caught out with a Lightning Storm down. QQ will pick him up and find him. But look at Cal, the Nyx assassin, chronoed up, and this is going to be a 3-0 as the Portal of Death Prophet didn't even get a chance to use her ultimate. Cal, yeah, oh, he did it! He got away, he blinked, but he can't blink away from the hammer of QQ. That OD just slams him into the ground. And this might be Roshan for Mineski.
Yeah, I think First Departure kind of rushed things this time. Like, it keeps bouncing back and forth. They could have been more sneaky about it. I was gonna say they could have either gone Roche, smoke up, so Mineski don't know where they went. They can't just walk into Roche blindly, especially because Nyx has a blink dagger. But they kind of went for the the cocky approach, which is just go for towers up front and see if the opponent can do anything about it. Oh, Raging Potato.
Man, he's been caught, but the Nightmare of the Bear stopped them from seeing the Roshan HP, and now they may be in a bit of trouble. Nope, FD have the high ground. They'll Savage Roar Jules back. Try and chase him out with a good Yule Scepter over his Leshrac. Does not have the Aegis. They've given that over to the OD, and Jules is dead. Taken out by Lobby. You got himself a double kill there. Jesse Bash, if he had that Chrono, it could have been so beautiful. Still on cooldown after that kill down and bottom on the Nyx assassin.
And then Exorcism's backed up.
Yeah, we see another swing.
Yeah.
Another swing. I mean, sure enough, Mineski got the Aegis, but losing 2 heroes and now a tier 2. Pegasus is going to throw the ulti out. May not be necessary. Is this going to be a high ground push? What do you use the ult for?
I think it's just secure the tier 2. Make sure the game doesn't. There's no freak accidents. They might go for some kind of small damage, but I think First Departure should be more disciplined because Exorcism is not gonna last that much longer, and then everyone's gonna get tracked up during the siege, which means they have to be really careful about backing up.
Bear is dropped. Exorcism is wearing out, but you're right. Just look at this bounty hunter tracking everyone left and right now, chasing out the Lone Druid Bear. If they can astral it up and take it out a second time, there's gonna be no resummon, but it's QQ who blinks forward, and Jesse Bash gets the Chrono down with the Miracle, and Cal the Nyx and the Lone Druid both being taken out with a Fiend's Grip down with the Miracle as well. The damage output here from Mineski just too damn great to withstand. Pelosin will be the second casualty of war, but Cal gets himself away. Somehow this Nyx assassin is making godlike runouts, getting himself out of these situations where surely he's dead. At the very least, FD, they do retreat their Death Prophet closer to that lovely little off-green core. But exactly as you said, they just extended their stay by, 2 or 3 seconds? That's all that matters. 2 or 3 seconds when they could have just run away, backed out, and tried to escape. Instead, Mineski were hot on their tail.
To be fair, they did a surprising amount of damage onto the towers, more than I expected, but still, it might be okay to do against other lineups, but against Bounty Hunter, that's one of the things, everyone gets tracked up, and then you have to back eventually. Never mind that.
Cal is still having to face up against this QQ OD.
Oh, he's dead, but...
Expect this. QQ You've got in too deep, you've got the agency multiple, trying to turn it around, but the time warp back. Odie has killed off the Nyx Assassin at long last, so Pegasus now has to battle up against QQ 1v1. The Spirit Side is good, the Ulcept is there as well, keeping himself alive, draining out all of that HP, but he's still taken out as Jules joins the fight. The Leshrac here, the Magic Rainbow Disco Pony burning everybody down one by one, and Vengeful Spirit's no different. Lightning Storm into Pulse Nova into death, as in the back, Jesse Bash, he's clearing up the lone druids. Miracle, my buddy, my mate. Yeah, not in his world any longer. Ceases to exist and obliterated by Mineski. A full 5-man team wipe. And we got a whole bunch of tracks in there as well, didn't we?
And Bloodstone charges. Up to 11.
I don't see any tracks in the fight recap.
Yeah, you just assume there's like 2 or 3 tracks. To be honest, I wasn't fully paying attention. I didn't think much of it at first. I thought it was just like, you know, so 1 or 2 people are gonna die, and then before I knew it, it just, everyone's there, all 10 people.
It might have been, you know, I know the battle, oh god, they're jumping into this. Hal's Nightmare up close and wants to go in with a stun to counter this Chrono out onto this FD lineup. It's not going to be that great. Fiendcube is expended as well, but Mineski, have they overstayed again? This Pulse Nova's good out from Jules. I don't think the force back first departure, they don't have the sustainability, but now
Oh wow.
the Lone Druid, the Bear is coming through. The lovely little Lone Druid Bear, the one with the Desolator and not the Radiance, is coming in to reduce your armor and rip you to shreds. But Cass is going to give himself up as a sacrificial lamb. He just needs to try Nightmare and slow this advance. There's Raging Potato, or maybe not. Maybe not. QQ decides it's time to fight, mates. Let's get in here. Kills off the Vengeful Spirit. And now they're chasing for more again. Lobby has no ultimate, has nothing left to save himself up. And Pegasus, the Shuriken bounces back onto them. His Death Prophet is dead. Yule's up into the air, going to save him for only so long as the Splitter set up. Cage of his own design. The Death Prophet just allows Mineski to shred him a new one. This poor little Spirit Bear. I'm not sure about the Desolator pickup. What do you feel about that?
I was sort of in the process of mentioning it early game because Miracle did say, he made a disclaimer in the lobby. He was asking people, how do you play Lone Druid? My team just picked me Lone Druid. And I was wondering if he was just being humble or he really, you know, hasn't really played the hero. Not to really flame, I don't think his Lone Druid play has been all that, you know, unusual this game. But Dezo on Lone Druid, that's the first for me. I mean, I've seen like the Dezo AC push sometimes for the minus armor. But this game, wondering if Radiance might have been better. Disables Blink Daggers, generally farms better. You can, you know, do a lot of cool stuff with it.
Chance up against, you know, like, okay, the OD has BKB, but missed chance against Space Void against the OD when he doesn't have his BKB up. It's, can't scoff at that, you know, it's pretty damn good against these right-click heavy lineups. Mineski, they've tried to bolster it out with this Leshrac, having both Bloodstone, oh, well, he's got a BKB now as well. Jules is an absolute monster. I think Mineski now, they kind of just sit back a little bit. They don't need to play hyper-aggressively, wait for the next Roshan, get the next Aegis, and then they go and take another big team fight. As long as they can weather the storm and they don't get completely destroyed. They don't lose the lane of Rax to this Exorcism plus Blood Druid combination. I think Mineski are okay.
I think one of the premises we set in the drafting stage was that Mineski's lineup are, you know, they're made of squishies. But that's sort of not true right now because the OD and Leshrac have BKBs, not to mention all their stat items, and the Blink Dagger on OD is like a semi-tank item because of the synergy between Astral and Blink Dagger. So what they can do is they can, despite, you know, our first departure's 2 supports being able to save the DP, they can just BKB, go in and hit DP until they feel like she's going to die at the end of the ult and just kill everyone else.
They're baiting out the OD. They smoke up everybody else in Mineski. They're grouping up down towards the spot, room spot. As QQ, he's taunting the enemy. He's like, hey, look, I'm farming on this bottom lane. I'm alone. I'm totally alone. I'm here. Behind me. And he's right, there's nobody behind him because the rest of his team, they're jumping with Miracle with the Chrono down, and that damage output is a good save from the Oracle, keeping alive with the false promise. Miracle is being shredded, tries to TP out, there's a stun from the Shuriken. Last second to stable, the Yule Scepter will clear him up and allow that purifying damage from the Oracle to finish him off for the rest of the team. First departure nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, now is going to be the picture where first departure, they're already on a slippery slope as it is. They're gonna find it harder and harder to leave their base, and you know, just one or two more semi-team fights or skirmishes like this, and you know, look at this vengeful.
That's so mean.
He's being threatened at his tier 3, and with tier 2 still not even dead.
That's so mean! Oh, Raging Potato, he's got Yule Scepter and a Veil. Just runs up, he tracks the Yules, he sets it up for the rest of his team to come in, they blink high ground, they have no fear, they can do this with impunity. And I think this is where FD have to be a little bit worried. They're defending high ground now with a pushing lineup they have, they try to blink forward, but it's a blink back. Jesse Vash has that mobility item. With 1 minute or so, 1 minute and 30 seconds until the next Roshan, Mineski have a little more waiting to do until they have that kind of consolidating power from Aegis to go and end the game. If we take a look at overall net worth lead, the past 10 minutes or so, the past 7 minutes, has completely transformed this game. It was back and forth. Mineski had an okay lead, 2 to 4k for the initial 20 minutes of the game or so. But the past 6 or 7, that just skyrocketed them up into a 14,000 net worth lead and a good 12k experience lead as they smoke up again. Utilizing smokes is something Mineski have been doing very well with. Roaming themselves around. I mean, FD did it early on in the game, initially with the good Vengeful Spirit plus Oracle rotations. But Mineski, they're doing these 5-man wrap-ins, the ganks, looking for an easy, cheeky pick-off, and it's going to be the Venge again. Lawson, another track kill for the full 5. And that's a lot of money going away of Mineski. And is that that's a level 2 track. The rest of FD, oh my god, they're all in this dire jungle. They're being traced and tracked, and the TP out from Oracle, they don't get
Miracle.
the Void. Didn't spot him. Jesse Vash, he's going to find Miracle though. The Lone Druid continues farming. He's got someone behind him. It's the Nyx Assassin. The dust onto Raging Potato will catch him, and DP stayed around in this jungle. Veil is out from Raging Potato, but the Soul Siphon is there. Sucks him dry, but Jesse Vash saves the day. His buddy, nice and dry. And that lovely Chrono, holding back the aggressive holds of first departure heroes. But this means for the rest of Mineski, they've got time to farm up and now go take Roshan.
Yeah, I think it looked like a waste of time for it was an exchange of, Raging Potato just ran into jungle, got himself into trouble, and then Jesse Bash had to bail him out, so they didn't want to lose a gem. But in the end, Mineski still has map control almost fully, and they're gonna easy Roche. And my guess is, knowing Mineski's playstyle, they're gonna go, find Pegasus and kill him, and then go for a push. But
Somebody told them they found Colossus. The Vengeful Spirit again! No, not like this! The poor little Venge is innocent! A beautiful child of the Rage's design, but it's FD that is getting picked apart and caught one by one as Lobby tried to save his support partner, but shredded under the power of QQ's OD. The rest of first departure scatter to the wind. Bail, run, hide, just get the hell away! Wait a second. Miracle? Miracle is sending his bear to the top lane. I'm not sure if he realizes he can't attack with the... No, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
But why is he sending his bear up here? Is he scouting?
Probably scouting and maybe mind games, make it look like Miracle's still in the vicinity. So, like, if Mineski sees a bear near the tier 3, they might think, oh, there's like Miracle hiding in the trees or something, when in reality he's still at base. Who really knows the mind of Miracle,
What a little chap.
That fight was kind of interesting because it just made me realize Oracle's ults might be bad against OD, because OD, he got like 70 instacks off the Vengeful. He just kept hitting the Venge. It's like shallow grave targets that are gonna die anyway against Slark. He gets free Essence Shift charges. Which brings me to my next curiosity. So if Oracle ults the Nyx and Nyx uses Spike Carapace, it doesn't stun? Because Nyx wouldn't take any damage.
Really?
I mean, that was a question. I'm not completely sure.
I know...
Oh, Miracle.
Oh, Mineski in trouble. Oh,
He is.
Or is there for Miracle. He's just being dismantled by Mineski. And QQ gets himself a dominating streak. I know how it works with Refraction and TA, with Oracle ult. It burns through Refraction charges, but like, it's weird, right? Because you're not meant to take damage, but it still does like an instance of damage in the idea of the game code. So I'm pretty sure Nick's Carapace will work, because you're taking an instance of damage, but it's negated by the Oracle ult, so it comes second. At least that's how I feel. But then again, it might work that if you Carapace after Oracle ult, then the Oracle ult happens first, and then Nick's Carapace happens second. That's something that my mind can test. QQ. Oh, he's burnt down, but it's a big chrono. 3 of them caught in it, and Jules just piles in the damage. The napalm drops on FD's head, and QQ doesn't care. He charges forward, looking for the kill onto this damn Death Prophet. 1 more hit's all he needs. But Pegasus stands on high ground with the Exorcism flowing through, doing a good amount of DPS back onto Jules. The Leshrac does not have Aegis of the Immortal. He's got a BKB up though. He'll get the Phoenix Grip on the Pegasus and finish him off. With those 3 heroes dead, and Cal looks like he's going to drop shortly after Savage Roll will force Jesse Bash back, but just look at the damage output of Mineski. Throwing everything they've got, the supports and the offlaners, they're the ones zoning out the core heroes here of FD, and the rest of them take racks, take buildings, and they take names. QQ, Aegis gone, Fuel Scepter up, runs himself forward, hang on a second.
What's Cuckoo doing?
What the frick are you doing? He lost Aegis and bought himself a Yule Scepter, and then he died.
Oh my god.
That's a play. Pop back, they've caught Jules. Is this a throw from Mineski? They're gonna get chased out here. The next stun gets him down, trapped to the Fortune's End. And the Leshrac. Looks like streak is stolen. Bloodstone charge is going.
He still has 16 charges, holy crap. That means he had 24 before.
He pretty much there. He's straight back to farming down the bottom lane. E-Blade up for Bounty Hunter, Mech for the Bane. Oh my goodness. It's got to be a death push now from FD, I think.
I mean, this is kind of like cross your fingers and no real plan. You just hope that you win a team fight kind of push. After that, they're gonna have so many more items on, let's see, Shiva's completed.
Oh! Lobby, no! That's so sad. Oh, look at this. God, what's going on? God, what's going on? Help. Oh no! I've lost control of the camera. Okay, we're back again. Cat. Lumber Cape stuff. He's being spirit starting down. Oh, look at the stun, look at the pop, looking for the cat, looking for the kill, looking for the cast, looking for the Bane. Wait, not gonna get it just yet. As that urn will not tick him over, he'll be just fine for the rest of Mineski. It's a big chrono from Jesse Bash, and in comes the OD. Oh dear! PD. They're just being demolished by QQ as he right-clicks through them all. He's losing his HP at a drastic rate, has to after himself up, and look at Miracle over the side, being right-clicked out by Jesse Bash. It's an interesting battle as neither of them do a massive amount of damage, but first departure. I've lost a number of heroes, and that's what I was going oh no about. Raging Potato with his E-Blade Shuriken, and now a Dagon level 1. He is killed.
Meanwhile, Rax gone for first departure.
Oh yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Entirety of their bot lane just diminished, disappeared.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
You know, before this game's over, let's answer our, question. Does Pulse Nova trigger Zora?
Oh yeah, I've not been paying attention. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just gonna. Well, these two are on the same screen, thankfully.
Use it. Turn it.
As long as Cuckoo doesn't like blink in and go out of essence for. Is it procking? I don't think it's procking. It procs for everything except Pulse Nova, I think.
Like it might proc for the first Pulse Nova, like when you first cast Pulse Nova, but not for each individual pulse, I guess. Learn something new every day. We'll see though. You know, he might have just got unlucky. He might just be super unlucky.
Might be RNG. You have 16 Bloodstone charges, man. Come on, just turn it on. You're old.
Why would you ever turn it off? Right.
It's not like you're playing as anti-mage.
He's not getting Essence Sword from it. It's definitely not working. He's turned up below some of the Astros on security himself, and Pegasus caught with that screen grip from long range and first departure. They're just gonna call GG and tap out. They do kill the OD at the very least, but Jules will get an ultra kill from that one. And Mineski clear up game number 1.
Man, the game, it's so fragile. Like, the state of the game just goes from, pretty back and forth to just out of control. And that's it's like the reward for Mineski's lineup. It could have easily gone the other way, and then you could have a fat DP that's unkillable. But yeah, man, just pretty clutch team fights by Mineski, I think, in the mid game. There was a lot of blink and